Hi, today is January 29 of 2024, and it's the 18th day of the Diary of a Friend videos. And I smoked last night 3 cigarettes, which sucks because I didn't want to smoke. And I hate myself for it, of course. I do truly hate myself for it. I shouldn't. I should just not smoke. You see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Whenever I go out, I smoke. I see a pattern. So I should be probably going less often outside. I did, however, manage to edit when I came back, even though I was drunk. Managed to edit the video for this channel. And Butter Coffee Man is back. I am feeling a bit tired. I need to go get a new mouse. This Pebble is not usable anymore for editing. I need one with many wheels and many buttons. And I need a sip of coffee. Let's see. How do I feel? I feel a bit groggy, hungover, like yesterday. It's a repeat of yesterday, I think. Don't even remember. At my age, you stop remembering stuff. A year went by, last year went by so fast, and I didn't do anything. So this year, I decided to do something because it goes away so fast. So I want to build something. I want to build an audience. I want to build a habit. I want to build the skills. And most importantly, the skills, of course. The skills are what I want. I want the skills and I want the momentum, which is even more important. To have the momentum to do the things that you want is more important than anything. Because if you rely on motivation, if I rely on motivation, I'm just not going to do anything. I don't feel inspired. I don't feel motivated. And even if I felt like that, it's temporary. What really counts is momentum that pushes you forward towards what you want. Have built the habit to build momentum like a snowball, just going and getting bigger and bigger and harder to stop. So I've really stumbled upon this years ago, but I forgot about it. And now I'm rediscovering it, and it really is one of the core principles of doing shit. If you want to do shit, build momentum. Don't focus on motivation. Pick a direction you want to go in and start rolling. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes and 48, 49, 50 seconds. It goes away so fast. And if you don't build towards something, I'm just going to end up in a bad place if I don't build towards something, because there's no one coming to save me. There's no one coming to give me anything. There's no one just out there to work for me in the sense that to make my life happen. So, yeah, those things come after you have ungodly amounts of momentum. When it's a joke that successful people want to say, it's like, yes, I'm an overnight success, 10 years in the making. So this is what I'm doing. I know it might be delusional. I know it might be uh risk that I'm taking, I know it's, I wanted, oh, yeah, I remember last night I got a great and interesting idea for a video. I got an interesting idea for a video where I said how I quit 3 jobs, 3 careers, and I take every time I took a 90% cut, pay cut, which is true. I did do that. I first was working in Holland, in the Netherlands, as a manager, and I took a 90% pay cut to move back to Romania to start an art career with paintings. And because I finished art school here, yay! And and amazing time in art school. It was so amazing. I even repeated 3 years. Can you imagine that, being so bad at school that you repeat 3 years of art school? Yeah. So didn't look at it that way. It didn't feel like that at the time. So what did I do? I quit my job in the Netherlands as a manager, managing over 25 people, to come here and start my own business and become a painter. And it was crazy and it didn't work, but I did have some rules set for myself. This is what saved me all the time, setting rules for myself, in the sense that, okay, you're doing this risky thing. You're not, I cannot find it in myself to really negotiate with me quitting in that period. So I was set on doing this no matter what. I was burning down the boats. I was no turning back, and I tried everything. It didn't work until, and then the rules that I set were that for 3 months, if I don't have any income coming in, I should get a job. I can borrow money until then, but then I have to get a job for another 3 months and do the cycle again. 3 months of work, 3 months of nothing. I was in a good situation that way. I didn't have a lot of rent, so it was nice. So then I went to I went back to managing and auditing, and made some money. And then instead of me leaving, I got fired. That wasn't the second time I quit. That was just what happened trying to get a painting career going. It didn't go so well. 1 year later, I wasn't able to make any money out of it. None. Absolutely none. I got some success while I was a manager, painting, selling some paintings, and that got me thinking that I could be doing uh, an art career. And I did. After I got into managing and auditing again, I know I don't look like a math a math nerd, but Excel has some really nice things. uh, I loved Excel. I got really excited about Excel at some point, and then I went to for 2 weeks. I was indebted. I had 3 employees working for me. Mainly that was because, well, that's the reason I got fired, because I was outsourcing all of my work to other people, and I was too lazy to check it. And the business owner who was employing me figured it out. This was a long time ago when the work from home was not that popular, but I was working from remote, so That was nice. So he fired me. I still got to pay some of my employees, but I got some debt to one of my employees. She got pissed, really, really pissed. I said to her, "Look, in 2 weeks, I'm going to have the money. Don't worry." The guy still had to pay me some money. So I gave her the money, and then I was back at zero, trying to make it as an artist. I didn't care. It was like I took the job for 3 months anyway. I learned something. I had three employees. It went on for 4 months. I put some money aside from the last paycheck. I built some stuff, including a YouTube channel that I didn't really want. I built a print on demand business that didn't work. I built in that period with three employees. So a YouTube channel, what's it called? Print on demand, then an Etsy shop. On top of the Etsy shop, I built also a stock footage page, which did sell one video for $38. I spent much more time and money to make that footage. So yeah, but I was trying a lot of things on top of the because I was earning enough money to have these three employees work for the other company, and I could outsource my own projects to them as well, which was really nice. That's when I learned that you can be lazy and still do things. And also, you can pick and choose. Once you have enough money, you can pick and choose what you want to do. I haven't been in that situation. Well, I have been in that situation. The story goes on. So the story goes like this. And then I met this guy who was an artist. Very impressive studio, amazing art, and he was selling it. And not only he was selling it, but he was looking for an employee. And I was like, I'm going to learn how to sell paintings from this guy. And I did. And what I learned, I didn't like. I didn't have a problem making paintings. Like 1 year later, 1.5 years later, I was making paintings better than him. Honestly, no jokes aside, no nothing. I was just making paintings better than him. I was spending more time on the paintings as well. Plus, he didn't really know how to paint. He had a guy who was painting for him, not me. I wasn't doing that. He had another guy who was painting for him. So, what I learned from him is that the story is what sells and emotions. And he was using all of his bad things that happened into his life to sell paintings. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to sell paintings because of the, oh, look at me, how bad I'm doing. Even though he had so much money compared to other people, he had an employee. He was using me as an excuse to get money. He was telling people that he doesn't have money to pay me when he had a few thousand euros in his vault. It was a vintage vault in his house. So he had rented out a studio and also had his own apartment. He was loaded. Anyway, he was complaining all the time, so that's how he was selling a lot of paintings. Just complaining and telling people that he's going to make it big and they're going to be worth so much more. So speculation and pity. That's the art world. It's not about quality, it's not about anything. It's about just making people feel like, oh, I helped him. I helped him. I helped this poor artist. Look at me. I helped him. And it really worked. I tested it out. My washing machine broke, and that month I sold 7 paintings. I made enough money to buy 3 washing machines, including from people who would never buy a painting from me, like really, and never did ever since. So it really, but I didn't feel, I didn't feel good at all about that. I didn't lose any sleep over it, but I didn't want to do it again because it tasted bad. It was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. If that's what it takes, and it wasn't. I was just looking at it in a bitter way because you don't always have to, how should I say this? To not sound like I'm making excuses, but you don't always have to paint a story that's bad. You can paint a story that's good, and people will kind of read between the lines and say, oh, maybe he's like making good of a bad situation. With my situation, I should have been able to sell many more paintings than him because he was just living the life, man. So much money. And out of a business with paintings, which is crazy. Um, but because my situation was worse 10 times or more, including my living situation and everything else, my money situation, everything. And I didn't, because I didn't want to use that, even though I was truly in a bad spot, earning less than the minimum wage, working for him. Well, I was working part time, but yeah, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to use my situation. I felt like if I used my situation and I painted myself as a victim, I wouldn't be able to get rid of that. If I mounted so many successes based on the fact that I'm a victim, then I wouldn't be able to get. I was smart enough to realize that if I paint myself as a victim, probably gonna end up one, and I didn't want to. So I was definitely proud. It was a big part was pride. So then let's go on to the story. This is getting very long. So next thing was I ended up being successful with painting, not needing to really work anymore. I started selling paintings. I found a way to tell a story that doesn't build towards pity, but it builds towards like emotions in the sense that, oh, nice. And it was a bit of pity in the sense that if I really asked someone to come here, they would see the way I was living. So they would be a bit like, oh, okay, I can help. So, but that was just judgment on their part. I don't judge the space that I live in as a bad place. I like it. It's fine. It the fact that it sometimes looks bad, well, it has areas of the house look bad. It doesn't feel so precious, so I can do anything inside here. So I can paint the walls, I can drill holes everywhere or mount a railing for a canvas so I can, you know, take down a big roll of canvas and paint on it, stuff like that. And I quit that exactly at my height. This is crazy. Whenever I hit a new high in, well, not always. The last time I didn't. So I hit a big high with painting, and I quit. After I built a community of people who would buy my paintings, and had a system where I would invite them to galleries, to coffee, to show them paintings and whatever. And I sold enough to do minimum wage. I said enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I got this idea to make what's it called? Those kind of things. Jesus. I got this idea to make courses. Yes, courses about paintings. And I quit selling paintings, which was stupid. I should have kept that up. I should have kept all the jobs up and do the thing on the side, but I don't work like that. I cannot do it like that. I have to burn the boats. And I started doing courses, and I took a 90%, 99% cut. The first month of doing courses, I made $37. Can you imagine? $37. Jesus. In 1 month. That's less than $1. Well, more than $1 a day. And then now I'm quitting that, but I'm not taking the cut from that. This was long enough, 21 minutes, Jesus. I'm not taking a cut because, well, it did take a 50% cut from my highest high when I was doing it. But it's kind of passive. So I kind of get 50% of that, which is minimum wage. We're back on minimum wage, baby. Wee. You can do a lot with minimum wage, especially if you have low rent, low costs of living. Depends on, well, minimum wage here is like nothing in other countries. Minimum wage here is $600. I don't know how much is $600 in your country. Nobody's watching, so you're never gonna. No one's gonna watch a 22-minute and 30-second story about how I quit 3 times high-paying jobs, high-paying careers, and started from zero 3 times, and now I'm doing it again. Well, this is the third time. But it was harder this time because the fact that it was passive, the whole course thing was passive. Nothing is passive. You just worked in the past and you're getting the money slowly. But the fact that it was passive made it harder to make this decision. If I could have turned it all off by not working, it would have been easier for me to do something else faster. But then I wouldn't have realized how amazing it is to have passive income, to not need to work. It truly frees you up to do whatever you want. And it seems like what I want to do is make new businesses. So today was a bit of a lazy day. I worked like 7.5 hours or something like that. And then I ate something. I usually fast until 8 o'clock and then eat. I ate, and then the sleep just, whoa, the food just, I entered coma instantly. So while I was comatose, I was thinking of the fact that usually I am less than 50% efficient. Less. Right now, I have 2 more cameras on my desk that are not working, which is a pity. They should be working. I want to squeeze. I want to squeeze. I want to squeeze the most out of them. I really want to make the most out of the things that I've I want them to earn money. I want them to do something. So the fact that they are staying there just like that, it's so, it's like once in a blue moon I would just have two cameras at the same time. And the reason why I have this problem and they are not efficiently working is because I have a storage problem. I have too much footage that I have to edit, and I haven't edited yet. So, yeah, well, that's the bottleneck right now, editing. Some videos take 12, 13 hours for a 12-minute video to edit. Takes 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 hour. So that's why it takes so long to edit. And it's a grueling experience to just have to do everything that has to get through so much footage. So editing is, yeah, bad. Bad. But I think I can speed it up a bit somehow. I should be having some templates, or yeah. How am I feeling? I'm tired. I'm food comatose, and I feel bad because I'm not efficient enough to be able to do all the things that I want, and it kind of bums me out to not be able to create as much as I want and as fast as I want. Because in a certain way, I would like to be able to do less work and be more successful with less work. I think. I don't know. I don't really know if I wanted that, but I would want to have a lot of fun while creating the things that I want to create, and for them to be easy. Because look, this content nobody watches. It's nobody really gives a fuck about this content. And it's probably because I don't put any effort into it. I just put everything together in 2 minutes. I talk for 30 minutes and then that's all. In a way, this content for me feels more personal. You are every day, even though it's not interesting, it's more personal in the sense that you are able to see the struggles and the things that really happen and how I think and how I get over things. And it's such an interesting, it's a more of a documentary perspective. I know it's long and it's a lot of footage and it's a lot of rambling, but I do think it's much more personal. And I feel like this content should be more prevalent and more successful, not the things that, well, that was a big break. Not the things that are so flashy and so polished and so edited and so, but I understand why people want to save time. People want to feel like they're not wasting any time. The more the creator spends on the back end, the more they feel like, the more the viewer feels like they don't have to work. They don't have, it's just entertainment. It's just easy to digest things. Nobody comes to YouTube to really get to know somebody. Like, who the fuck cares about a dude with a orange hat in a room? But at the end of the day, almost all videos on YouTube are just a dude or a girl in a room. They sometimes go out, but not all of them. And it's interesting how you can just create something and it feels like it's precious for you, and it should be precious for others as well, but it only is precious in retrospective. Right now nobody cares because nobody knows who the fuck I am, and probably they will never know. But just the fact that I was able to do this for, well, we'll see how long, is in a sense a sort of achievement, even though this literally did not take that much effort. But the combined total effort of everything that I did will be something. Like those videos where someone takes a photo of themselves every day for 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. But it's a snapshot. You can, the, you have to find, by the end of this, I should be able to find a way to not just say, look, I journaled, I made a video for every day for 500 days or 1000 days. That's not going to be enough, because with the photo every day for 10 years or for 1 year or for 5 years, you can show it's like a magic trick when you put them all together. But this is too long to put all together. It would be days. You can edit it and cut it and be like, look, it's, well, I am taking a picture every day of myself, but it's a bit different in the sense that it's a bit more personal. And I'm just trying to think of a way to package, because the packaging on the photo thing is genius. But the packaging on this kind of, I'm just thinking of ways to really optimize and get to a story by the end, because it's a bit more interesting. It would be amazing if, like, 5 years from now, I'm still doing this and I am successful by then, not on this channel, but on other channels. And I send people, look, go look. And that's where the goal is, like right here, this beginning, the way I was thinking, the way I was, what I was doing, what I was thinking about, and everything. And then I would just cut the best parts, the best moments into a video and serve that on the main channel. But it's it does feel good to know that I don't have to edit this. It always feels good, the fact that I can talk for 10 minutes and not have the realization that, shit, I'll have to edit, stay like 10 hours to edit this. So you get the added benefit of that. I don't know. I don't really know if at the end of this whole story, this whole saga, I'll be developing the skills that I need to be entertaining, to be energetic, to be. I don't know where this leads. I don't have a clue. I have some ideas where it might lead, but I don't really have a very specific direction. I don't know if it's going to end up in a place where I have success or I have skills or I have both, or I develop the skill of talking, the skill of being more entertaining, or I just end up knowing myself better and discovering other things about myself, or I just quit and don't do anything. I think that's a good note to end this video on. Cliffhangers. Where is the show gonna go? I really wish I had an employee or two or three. Yeah. Someone I could just give a SSD and be like, here, there's your work for the week. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I don't know. Efficiency. I'm not efficient enough. Even though I've said a few days ago that I've managed to do so many things and create so many things, I'm running into the same problem of storage. And that problem of storage is just, it can be solved in like a few days, but then I create more problems for myself, and the wheel keeps on spinning and you never get in front of it. That's the most interesting thing, the treadmill. It feels like a treadmill, and the trick here is that if you the more you can just not think about the results and only focus on the results that you can accomplish, as in the videos, to make the videos. If you can focus on that more than on the other results that you want. I don't want those results. Sure, they're a nice thing, but this already feels good sometimes. I think in the past 18 days I've done this in more than 18 days, but 18 days since I started posting on this channel. I have discovered that only twice I didn't feel like doing this. Today was once, and last time was like 4 days ago. Not only this, but everything that I wanted to do today. Today, I didn't feel like doing anything, but the fact that I focus on momentum and I build momentum really helped me, because it was just here. Camera was just there. Just let's film, let's work, let's do, let's edit, let's whatever. And I still did the thing without, and it didn't feel, that was the thing. Like, I didn't need to feel like working. I didn't need to feel like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, because the fact that I did it so many times the days before and weeks before, it pushed me forward. So it's nice to really have proof of my theory in action. I didn't feel like doing it. I didn't force myself to do it. Oh my God, my ear just rings like fuck. I didn't have the emotion that I needed to do that thing, the emotional availability to do the thing that I wanted and I set out for myself to do. But I still did it without forcing myself. I didn't force myself. I didn't feel like I made myself push the button. It was just like, okay, let's just push the button. I'm like, meh. It wasn't like, come on, just do it. I wasn't trying even, I wasn't even trying to motivate myself. I wasn't trying to speak myself into doing it or whatever. I was just like, come on. It's like, just whatever. It's nothing. Literally nothing. The bar is that's the key here. The bar is so low that I can just press the button without even thinking, even if I don't feel like it. This is such a big thing, and I don't understand why people don't get it. Well, I don't know if they get it or not, but it's my thing. I've I didn't discover it. But it's genius. It's genius, I think. I think it's genius. Genius. Yes. Well, there's a fine line between a guy screaming genius in a room. There isn't a big correlation between a guy speaking screaming genius in a room and a mad person. There's a very small chance I'm a genius. Very big chance I'm just a madman with a camera and a microphone. As always, don't listen to anyone on the internet. Kiss you. Bye bye. See you in the next one.